Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with a new project on the bench. But before we get into the new one, I wanted to take a moment to talk about what's already been done. So in the series eX-Driver, there were pretty much three main hero cars. First up, my personal favorite, the Lancia Stratos, and this was made from the Hasegawa kit, pretty much a straight out of the box. It's just about impossible to see through these tiny windows, but the seats and seat belts are really the only major change that I made to it. Everything else is using the optional parts that came in the kit. And yeah, I've always liked the Stratos. It's a cool design. I'll take any excuse to build one. So I finished this one up about March of 24. And the next up is the Lotus Europa. And this is the Tamiya kit. It's had a few more modifications than the Stratos. It's got the aftermarket wheels. Inside it's got aftermarket seats and seat belts. Plus it's got the little computer console over on the passenger side there. But still not really anything too crazy done with it. It was a nice kit. This one actually has a full detailed engine, and that's kind of unique to Tamiya. You don't usually see that with Fujimi or Hasegawa or some of the others, but yeah, they do nice work, so it's nice to have that little extra detail. They even include a little bit of open mesh in the kit so that you can add that to the engine cover. But basically everything you'd expect from this manufacturer. And I finished this one in October of last year, which brings us to the Lotus 7. Or, as it was in the series, a Caterham 7. Taking a quick look at the box, it's got the Tamiya classic art on the sides, giving you the profile views. Over here you've got an X-ray view so that you can see what's inside the kit. A nice quick view of the chassis. And inside, you get two complete sets of instructions in different languages, and got a basic history on the front of it, talking about the car and how it came together. Inside, it's the standard exploded diagram instructions. And really, this is a pretty straightforward kit. Less to do with Tamiya's quality, which is still exactly where it should be, and more to do with there's just not a whole lot of car here to work with. So they've got nice detail, it's just in a very small package. So taking a look at the kit itself, we've got a chrome parts tree, and that's got the hubcaps, the headlight buckets, and then it's got the clear parts for the windshield and the lights. Also have a little bit of photo etch in it, just the grille, but still, that's a nice touch to include. Got a bag of soft vinyl tires, really skinny ones. And those are perfect if you're doing a vintage build. Next up, got a black parts tree, and that's got the headlight buckets, some suspension components, the tonneau cover, steering and driveline components, and the suspension and rear axle, plus the brakes, oil pan, and radiator. And the last tree has more suspension components, the wheels, including the steering wheel, the rest of the engine components, some interior, the hood, cowl, the nose, dashboard, the seats, center console, shifter, and finally the body itself. And again, it's nice and straightforward. It's not really a whole lot to it, but what is here is nice and clean. Yeah, the only actual problem with it, as far as my build is going to be, is these are the Lotus fenders. The Caterham fenders are wider, and up front they don't have the long wings, they've just got the little cycle fenders. So for that, I'm going to be turning to this trans kit for Moto Bits. And if we take a look at the instructions here, it's got a really nice breakdown. What's gray is what's provided in the trans kit, and what's white is the original styrene from the Tamiya kit. You can see they're very thorough with everything they've got going on here. And they do mention a few optional parts, so I'm going to have to get into those a little bit more as I build it. But taking a look at the parts themselves, first up we've got the rear fenders. And as you can tell by the support structures, these are all 3D printed parts. We've got the front fenders, and taking a look at the back, they even include all of the bracing that they're supposed to have. That's very nice looking. Next up we've got the 4 header pipes, and according to the instructions these are somewhat optional depending on which engine you use, so I'm not sure if I'll be using those or not. Next up is the exhaust tip, and it actually is hollow at the end. We've got the new headlight supports, and I really appreciate that they give you extras, because these are really small parts, could break easily. We've got new roll bar. Another nice touch, they even tell you where to drill the tonneau cover for it. We've got the 2 braces for the roll bar. We've got the hood, which I don't think I'm going to use this. They give you all of the louvers and tell you just carve off what you don't want. I think I'm going to probably use the kit supplied hood and add louvers to it instead. We've got the 2 racing seats, and I'll have to check. I don't remember if these are used in the series or not, but either way, they look good and they actually fit in there. And next up we've got the new tires, and again I don't know if I'm going to use these exactly or not, but they look pretty good. They've got a nice tread pattern on them. They're actually hollow, which is a nice touch. And yeah, not sure if I'll use these or not, but I'm keeping them either way. And to go with those, I give you a set of 5 wheels. And although these look really good, I'm definitely not using them on this build because the show car had 5-spoke wheels. So these are going to go in the parts box, and I'm sure I'll be able to figure out something to do with them. And another unnecessary but very welcome addition to this kit, they give you 2 steering wheel options. So either way, I'll have at least one for a future project. And then on the other side is the spare tire carrier. And then we've got the muffler and the collector. And unfortunately, the muffler just has a standard heat shield on it. So I don't know if I'm going to replace that to be more screen accurate or if I'm just going to say it's close enough. And we've got a new dashboard. Again, I don't know which one is more accurate to the show, so I'm going to have to rewatch that. And moving on to clear parts, we've got some really nice looking lights. Normally 3D printed parts have a lot of lines and some cloudiness, but these look really sharp. And then the last piece of the trans kit is a decal sheet that includes the rear fender spats. And these have a really nice bare metal look to them, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like on the car. Now, for the wheels, I think I'm going to be using these. Not 100% sure, but they've got generally the right look, I think. And when I compare them to a tire from my parts box, I think these are going to be the most likely candidates. Again, I'm not 100% on these, so that might change. But other than that, this is everything that I've got to work with. So I am going to start making some cuts and modifications next week. You can check back then, and thanks for watching.